Hello, everybody. How's everybody tonight? This is Laura. My name is Laura Rodrick. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Antonio, Texas. Thank you for joining me. We're going to have fun crafting some cards tonight. I am excited with the projects that I have to show you. I think it's going to be really fun. Hold on, let me make sure. Oh, I've got a hair thing going here. Oops. All right, let me see. Make sure I come up on Facebook. Not yet. Still not yet. All right, we'll give that a minute. All right, well, it's a beautiful night in San Antonio. Hi, you guys. It's been beautiful. All of a sudden we got some warm weather, and it is gorgeous. It's been in the 80s for a few days. It was a lovely weekend, so super exciting. I feel like it's summer. We've got some, I think the whole country is going to get a cold front in the next couple days. I think tomorrow it's supposed to drop in temperature. And then after that, we're going to go back to normal temperatures. So I'm super excited about that. I'm ready to plant some flowers. I said that last week and then I forgot to buy flowers. So this week I'm going to buy some flowers. Okay. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Renee. Thanks for joining me, you guys. Thank you all for joining me. If you're live now, if you're on the replay, it's going to be fun. All right, let's get started. The first thing I want to do is talk about the contest that I have every week. And now the contest I've been doing is all you have to do is make a comment on either one of my Facebook videos or on YouTube. And everybody who comments, I just put their name into a drawing and I pick a winner. So this week's winner is Lois Bilodeau, and she won these cork rounds. These are really fun, these adhesive backed cork rounds. So that's kind of a fun thing to play with. I haven't used them yet, but I'm anxious to use them. So Lois, I'll be sending those. Thank you, Lisa. I'll be sending those to you. But thank you guys for commenting and letting me know where you're from and what's going on. I appreciate and love seeing everybody's comments. Okay, this week I thought I would give away this package of the paper butterfly accents. These are fun. You can color them. You can make them any color you want. You can decorate them. So I'm going to give one of these away. Again, all you have to do is comment either on my Facebook page, Hi Kelly, my Facebook business page, or on YouTube. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure that I'm coming up. Finally, there I am. That way I can see the comments when I turn the camera around. Okay, comments are up. All right, let's turn the camera around. Okay. So tonight we're going to be using the Cutest Cows bundle. Does anybody have this bundle already? I think these cows are so adorable. I had a lot of fun creating with them. I don't know, there's something about them. They're just cute. So that's what we're going to do tonight. Couple things, you guys, the online exclusives are coming for customers on March 5th. Those are coming soon. Some really fun things. I just got my Stampin' Up! Order that has this latte set in it today. It came 2 days early. It was supposed to come Thursday, and it came today, so I can't wait to open it up later and check it out and maybe start playing with it a little bit tonight. I already have this bundle, and I have a class coming up. Now, I was going to present that class tonight and open it up for registration. However, here's some paper for that set. Just a couple more pictures to show you. The bundle for the Simply Zinnia is not available. It's not going to be available till March 11th, so I'll show it to you next week. I thought I'm going to wait a week since it was supposed to be available around the 26th, which would have been this week. But now it's not available until the 11th of March. Sometimes they go early because they do make their own stamp set, so we'll see what happens. I'm going to follow along with it and see. And I do want to mention next week, too, I'm going to be live on Monday instead of Tuesday. I have a work meeting next Tuesday night, so I'm going to go live Monday instead. Okay, and I'm not sure what class we're doing yet, but I'm going to come up with something and it's going to be fun. You guys, Sale-a-bration is almost over. It's going to be over on Thursday. Last chance to get any of the products in the Sale-a-bration catalog that you can earn for free with a $50 or $100 purchase. So if there's anything you haven't gotten yet, place your order, get all the good stuff. It's always fun. Sale-a-bration is once a year, so this is our last chance to get these items. They added more to celebrate, so there's other items you can get for free too. So just a reminder that that's going to end on Thursday. All right, today we're working out of the mini catalog, and here it is, the Cutest Cows bundle. And here's some of the projects that they've done in the Stampin' Up catalog. This is on page 53. Now I have to tell you, I haven't had good luck lately because every time I design a class, I feel like something is unavailable or goes on back order. So the Cutest Cows Builder Punch, that is currently not available. And I think it's, I didn't look at the date. That might be March 11th too. I'm not sure. I didn't look at the date. So that's not available. I'll show you the punch anyway. But most of the things you have to fussy cut anyway. The only thing it really cuts out is a few of the things like this one particular cow. I think it's this head and this body. So anything else you have to fussy cut anyway. So it's not such a big deal, but the stamps are amazing. So this will be a fun kit. Here's our projects for tonight. So I have this, I had to make a barn. You know I did, right? What's moo with you? So we have our little cow in front of the barn. So we're going to make this card. We're going to make this holy cow. It's your special day card. The little things you do make such a big difference. We've got a little grass going here in the background. I didn't do anything on the inside on that one. And then I thought this was really fun. This Milk Magic, these are straws. And you just open up the straw and put it in your milk and it flavors your milk. So they're milk flavoring straws that come, I'll show you the different kinds that come in. This one is cookies and cream. And we're just making this little treat holder. I think that was really fun with the cows. All right, so those are our projects. Let's get started. And oh, just so you know, here's just a quick peek at the Zinnia class that I'm going to have coming up, and I'll show it to you next Monday and open up the registration next Monday so that you can go ahead and get this kit. Okay, there's some other goodies that go along with it too. I'll show you Monday. Okay, let us make our first card. Now this first card's going to take a minute because there's a lot of steps to this one because we're making our barn from scratch. Okay, so here is the stamp set. We kind of saw that in the picture already, so I won't spend much time on that. But look at all the lots of little detailed stamps in here. So lots of things you can do. We're going to use the timber embossing folder to emboss some wood look for our barn. I have this set of dies, and I use this a lot. We're going to use this on 2 different cards tonight. This is the basic borders dies. We're going to use this one later. Because we're going to do some clouds in the sky. But this is the one I used for this one. Okay, and I'll leave that out for a minute so I can show you what I did when I pull out the pieces. Stylish shapes dies, of course, because we're going to need our little, we're using the square. We like our little banner dies and stuff, right? So we're going to use the smallest square on this card. And then this one, now, you don't have to get crazy with this one. This one is the Zany Zoos dies. The only thing I used for this is these little curtain tie backs. You know, to do that, hold on. Are we still live? Just checking because my phone rang on my watch. Okay. I wanted to make sure nothing got messed up. Okay. So you could cut any kind of handle for the door handle, right? But I kind of like the texture and the shape of these. That's why I picked that. If you get the kit, these will be pre-cut for you, by the way. Okay, so let's get out our pieces. All right, let me just start with this roof piece since I have this die out. So all I did was just take some basic black and I used this to cut twice. So once here, then I left a little bit of a skinnier border here and I cut this for the top of our roof. Okay, so that's what we're doing for our barn. And then I cut off the ends a little bit to kind of make it almost like look more like a barn roof. So we'll put that aside. All right, so I have this big piece in the back. This is what we're going to do our stamping on. Our card base, which I did in Balmy Blue. And this one I did, it's 4 1/4 by 11 inches. So we're just cutting our sheet of cardstock in half a different way. All right, and that's going to open this way for this one. I have this piece here. This is going to be our actual barn, and this is cherry cobbler. And for this cherry cobbler, it's 5 inches by 4 inches. And we're going to play with this a little bit to spruce it up a little. I took a piece of basic white, and this is let's see, 3 inches by 4 inches. And I embossed it with that timber embossing folder. Let me hold it up a little bit so you can see. So this is kind of going to be our white wood grain, and we're going to cut this into strips to decorate some of the things on our barn. Another piece of cherry cobbler. This is going to be our barn door. So we're going to decorate that as well and put some trim on it. And this little piece of cherry cobbler is 2.5 by 1 7/8. Okay, we're going to just use this as just kind of grass in the background, just very, I don't know, a little bit of the background, but it's hardly noticeable. It just adds a little bit like there is some grass there, right? So I just have this strip. This is old olive. This is 5.5 by 3/4. I cut out a couple of clouds with the cloud punch that we're going to put on out of basic white. Stylish Shapes dies to do this circle. We're going to cut this in half for our loft window in the barn. This I already told you about. We're going to stamp on this. And here's those cute little handles, which I'm surprised I didn't lose them yet. If you get the kit this week, I'll throw 2 of them in there just in case, you know, one falls out or gets lost or anything like that. And then this piece is going to be for the inside. It's 5 1/4 by 4. So that's going to be for the inside of the card. Okay, so what do we want to do first? Let's get our barn together. So what I wanted to do with this was I wanted to add some little 1/2-inch scoring. And I'm just going to, if you have the scoreboard, you can use it. I'm just going to do it the long way. And every 1/2 inch, I'm just going to score. And I kind of wanted it to look a little bit like siding, right? Whoops. So I'm just going to go ahead like this. And every 1/2 inch, just make a score line. And I'm going to go all the way down. It's subtle. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. It's subtle. It's not that much. But I do kind of think it adds something. And when you see it up close, you can kind of see how it looks a little bit like siding. So we've got that ready. I didn't do it for the door. As you can see, I did kind of a plain door. But now I'm thinking maybe I want to do it the other way. So maybe I will add a little bit, and maybe I'll make it a little bit shorter for this. So let's see if maybe I can just do 1/4 inch, just to add a little something. Okay, this needs to stay up there. I can kind of see because it's kind of see-through. We'll see if we like that better as we're getting going here. Make sure they're straight, and last one. Okay, you can see it just kind of adds a little bit something again. All right, so that's all we're gonna do with that. Let's do a little stamping, and we'll do then we can just start making all the assembly. So what we're gonna need for this, I'm stamping everything in Memento. So let's start with the sentiment. We can get that done right away. And I'm using What's Moo With You. And I'm just going to stamp it on my little square. I'm going to move it down a little bit because I need to get a little bit closer. All right, so we've got our sentiment done. Now, we want to do the cow, and let me show you how I set this up, okay? So here's the punch. This is the cow punch right here, okay? And so what I wanted to do was I took just a piece of scrap, okay? And I think this is just berry burst. And I put it in here, and I just punched it out, okay? So this is kind of going to be our guide to set up our stamp because it'll make it a lot easier. So I have our 2 pieces of the stamp. And you know what? I need to clean those real quick because I don't want anything to get on my weight. So give me 1 second just to clean these. I was playing with them last night and forgot to clean them off. Okay, and I don't want them to mess up my weight cardstock. I can flip it over, but we're going to stamp on it. Okay, so I'm just going to line this up, and it's going to fit nicely, right? You can almost, it doesn't click, but it just fits in really nicely as to where we're going to put the cow punch, okay? Then I'm going to take this one and put it right here. Now it's going to be in the exact spot we need it to have our cow punch out after he's stamped. That looks pretty good. I'm just going to pick it up like that, and we're ready to stamp. Okay, give me 1 second. That's cute. My granddaughter came on and she's saying, "What you making, Grandma?" All right, you guys. 1 cow, just like that. All right, what else do we need to stamp? We're gonna stamp the sunflowers. I love these flowers. They're really cute and easy to color. So I'll put those right there. We're gonna do the milk can. Whoever designs this stuff must have a lot of fun designing these things, right? They're probably like, oh, let's make a milk can to go with our other farm stuff. Must be fun. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, I put both of these stamps on 1 block. These are the little chickens or roosters. I guess they're roosters because they have the little crowns on the top of them. Of course, I'm not smart about these animals, so I can't say that for sure, but that's what it looks like to me. All right, I think we have all our pieces. The other thing we want to do is the inside. So we're just going to stamp the flowers again on the inside of the card. And we'll put those right in the bottom corner. And did I put a sentiment in this one? I did not. Okay, just flowers. Okay, so that's it for our stamping. Now we're going to do some coloring. So I'm going to get some blends out. And I kept the coloring fairly simple. I didn't want to get too crazy with the coloring. So we're not doing a whole lot of shading or blending. I'm going to start with the cow. I'm going to do pecan pie, and I did the dark. And I'm just going to do the tail. I like the other side better. The end of the tail. And then the spots I'm going to color. And I have done some of these things in advance tonight, so you're not going to have to see me color like 6 different cows. I've kind of done them ahead. And then I'm just doing the little tuft here, and I kind of went all the way down the nose on this one. I could have done the light here too. And I think that's it for the brown, the pecan pie. All right, next color. I'm using some petal pink, and this is the dark petal pink, and I'm just going to do the inside of the ears and this, what do you call this area? The snout, maybe? Do cows have snouts? I don't know. Okay, that. I'm going to use some of the black, the light basic black blends, and I'm just going to do the hoofs. Hooves, I guess with a V, right? Okay. And then I like to just color in just a little bit of the nose, the nostrils right here. Okay, that's it. Our cow. Oh, you know what? I also used the ivory. I didn't have this cow white because he's up against a white fence. I wanted him to show up a little bit differently. So I'm just going to fill in the rest of the cow with the ivory. And then we're going to get going on our flowers. We'll do the milk can next. Okay. How's everybody's week going so far? Everybody having a good week? We made it through Tuesday. Tomorrow's hump day. The weeks go by fast, don't they? Pretty soon we're going to have a time change. I think that's coming up March 10th. Okay, so I'm just using Smoky Slate for the milk can. And I'm going to start with my light and just do these areas. I'm not being too careful because I'm going to put dark on some areas too, so it doesn't matter if they overlap. Then I'm going to put in my dark. Leave this open so we can blend things out a little bit. top and the bottom, and then just a little bit kind of where they have their marks, and just blend it in so there's a little bit of shading on this. Keeping it kind of light in the middle. Okay, that's that. Now the flowers are super, super easy. I'm gonna start with the light Daffodil Delight, and I'm just gonna do the outer petals of all of them. And this goes by super fast. And then the inside of the flowers we're gonna do with the dark Daffodil Delight. Super fast and easy, just like this. Nothing too fancy. I'm taking a little bit of the light pecan pie, and I'm just going to do the very middles then. Just like that. Okay, light old olive to do the leaves, and then we're going to be done with the flowers. I didn't do any shading with the leaves. I just brought in the light, and that was it. They're small. They don't need shading. I think they look fine just with the one shade of old olive. They almost look like hearts, these leaves. Okay, so the other thing we're going to be doing is some fussy cutting. Like I said, you've got the 1 cow punch, but there aren't any dies for this set, so we will be doing some fussy cutting. Okay. All right, the chickens. So I've started the chickens with the light pecan pie, and I'm going to kind of do their bodies. Hold on, I want to push this in a little bit. Give me 1 second, because my point's sticking way out. Okay. And I'm going to leave a little bit of room at the tail and on some of the wing, because I want to add just a little bit of color to that. And as these dry, they get a little bit lighter, these colors. And then for the top, I'm going to put in some pumpkin pie in the light and the dark. So I'm going to put a little bit of light on the wing right here. And then we'll do the head with the light. I'm going to leave that out because we're going to do a little bit of shading. These are roosters. Would you agree that they're roosters, or are they chickens? I don't know. Do chickens have the crowns? I don't know. Okay, let's leave that open. I'm sorry, I'm just reading your comments for a minute. Okay, let's do a little bit of shading with this darker orange pumpkin pie and the beak. Okay, a little bit this way. And then I'm going to do a little bit of the tail feathers. Right like this. Okay, let's shade that just a little bit. Looks like I missed a spot. And then for the top, I've used some Melon Mambo. I'm going to use the dark, just to add a little bit right here. Okay, I think we're just about done coloring. We're going to do some punching and cutting, and then we can just do our assembly. And one more little piece. Okay, that's it. There's our little guys. Really cute, right? Okay, let's get out our punch and punch our cow. Now, you can see what's happening here. I put my flowers too close. So before I punch him, let me get out my scissors and cut that aside, or it's going to cut into my flowers. All right, let's try that again. We don't want to ruin the flowers. Okay, I feel like that's pretty lined up. All right, there is our cow. All right, these other pieces we're going to fussy cut. And I've already done a couple of them. So let me pull those out. So we've got the chicken or rooster. We've got our little can there. Here's this piece right here. So the flowers, I just wanted to use 2 of them. Now you can put all 3 across, but I felt like it was just too much white. And I wanted to cut away some of the white. So I just cut out 2 of them. It doesn't really matter which 2 that you do. I'm going to do these 2 over here. So let me start here. And I'm just going to leave a little bit of a border. This leaf touches the other leaf, so I'm getting really close to that one. Let me go through here and get rid of that. Okay. And for the inside of the card, I've already colored that, so we're good. Okay, so let's just cut these 2 out and then we can assemble. All right. So, you know, the last day of celebration that I mentioned is going to be Thursday. It's also the last day for the new starter kit promotion, which includes this beautiful glass mat for free. So it's a great deal if you're interested in buying the starter kit. The link will be in the description of the YouTube video to join. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer your questions. It's fun. I like the discount. You don't have to sell anything. There's no pressure from Stampin' Up. You can just get the discount, be a hobby demonstrator, and that's it. And I know that's one of the questions I asked when I was going to join, because I was like, I must have asked it like 3 times. Now, you don't have to sell anything, right? You don't have to sell anything. And not one time has anyone ever asked me about selling, or if I'd like to sell, or if I'd be interested in selling. It's a no pressure company. My uplines have never once asked me to do anything. You can just buy product at a discount and everybody will leave you alone if that's the route you want to go. So anyway, it's a great deal. I like getting a discount on everything. Okay, we're almost done cutting. And I'm just going to go in between these 2. And I'm not getting super careful with this or crazy because it's pretty detailed. This isn't a die cut where you have a lot of straight cuts. And again, I could have left these 2 flowers together too if I wanted. There wasn't that much white in between there either. But I don't know, I just like the look of them separated. So there's one. As a matter of fact, I'm going to cut a little bit more of this white off right here. All right, so let's finish up this second flower, and then we are in business. Everybody having good weather by you guys until tomorrow? Something else sweeps across the country. I think they've been having pretty good weather in Chicago. They've been going to the park and stuff, so that's nice, especially because it's still February. Can't complain about warm weather in February. Okay, I think we have all our pieces now. Okay, this is for the inside. So let's start assembling on here first. And I think the first thing I want to do is put my clouds in place and put my grass in place. And then we'll put the barn on top. So this is the cloud punch. And I just cut out 2 clouds out of basic white. Super easy to punch these out. If you get the kit this week, I'll punch these out for you. These will already be in. So I'm just going to put a couple of clouds on. And let's see, I think I'll use some seal to do that. Nice and easy and fast. And we want one of them kind of near the top, right about here. And then the other one I put upside down in the very top corner. And then we're just going to trim that off. So I think like right about here, we'll take our scissors and just trim off the excess. So we have a couple little clouds in our sky, and I kept it simple. I didn't shade them. I didn't do anything with them. I just punched them and put them on. All right, our old olive. Let's just put this strip across the bottom. Got to get the easy parts done first, right? Okay, I think that's pretty good. All right, now we have a little background scene. Okay, so the barn, what I want to do with this is I want to go ahead and put the roof on. All right, so let's see, it's pretty skinny. I should probably just use glue for this, but I'm too lazy to wait for it to dry. So I'll just try and be careful over here with my adhesive. And put it on like that. Okay. I put it all the way to the top, the V, right about here. Make sure I'm even on both sides. And I'm just sticking that down. Okay. Then I'm just going to do the same thing and trim it off. So we'll have our roof of our barn, just like this. And then what I did was I cut it off at the ends right here, and I'm going to just use those two little pieces that I'm cutting off to just kind of stick down a little bit. All right. So I'm going to lift this up a little bit and stick this right underneath here. Put it just like that. And the same thing on the other side. Sure that gets kind of straight on there. Okay, and then we just have that, you know, down just a little bit. And I think that looks pretty even. The next thing we're going to do is take the stylish shaped circle, and we are just going to trim it in half. So let's see, that looks about right. All right, so we've got that. Now, while I've got the trimmer out, let's cut our strips. And I did 1/4 inch strips. I want the wood grain to go this way, so I'm cutting along the shorter side. Hold on, I just dropped something. And I'm just going to do a bunch of 1/4 inch strips. And that's going to be our trim. Hold on. And I think I need about 6 strips, maybe. We're doing real construction today, right? It's paper construction, but we are definitely doing some building. Okay, that's cut. We've got some extra in case we want to make another card. We put that aside. I need a drink for a second. Let me check in on you guys, see how you're doing. Oh, Kelly, I'm sorry about your crummy weather. It snowed and lots of wind. Oh my. Okay. All right. Okay, we might as well put this little window down. I'm about to get out my liquid glue because I'm going to use that for, I'll put this kind of more towards the top. So we've got our little loft window. Now we can start putting these down. So let me get out some glue and get it going here. Okay, now the first strip, I'm just going to cut a little bit off of it, not much. And that's going to go right across here, okay? So I'm just going to glue that down. And now we've got a little ledge, a little loft area for our chickens or roosters to go on. Okay, so that's going to dry. Now I want to build my barn door next. So let me get a piece of scrap paper. What have I got handy? Give me 1 second. Because I don't want to get glue all over, even though it's easy to wipe off. Might as well just work on this. Let me get rid of these pieces. They're garbage. Okay. So I'm just going to start by doing the X across. Let me put this on the right side. Start with an X across the barn door. Just going corner to corner on that. And it's going to be covered up on the edges, so it doesn't have to be perfect. All right. X's. Good. Now we're just going to frame it out. I think I might have needed one more strip. And I want it to be pretty close. I'm going to go this way first. To the edge. I don't want to go much over the edge because I want it to stay the size that I need it. Nope, I've got the right number of strips. We're good. Just can't pick them up. Okay. So we've got this part. All right, top and the bottom. This is extra. And this is going across here. Now we're just going to need to trim this up. I'm going to give it a minute to let it dry. Really cute, right? Let's take one of these very, very tiny little curtain tie pieces. You could use anything you want on this. You could use some gems. There's lots of different things you could use on this. I just like the look of it because it made it look like a sliding door, right? Like a sliding door handle. Okay, so that is our door. All right. Let's put this on top of our card, and I'm just going to put this down with some seal. Leave a little room at the bottom and center it. We want our clouds, I guess I should have brought that cloud up a little bit higher, right? It just barely shows over, but that's okay. All right, let's pop our little chicken friends up. So, dimensionals. One there, and I think we'll use a mini for this little guy. Let's use 2 minis so he doesn't move around. This one's taking a minute, right? This is our long card for tonight. The rest will be much faster, especially because we already did the coloring in advance. Okay. This little guy can sit right up here. His friend can go right here. Okay. Now we're going to, I think we can go ahead and trim this up now. So I'm just going to trim off all the corners. This one's a little bit over, but I'm going to keep it like that. I'm going to have pieces all over the place. Sticky pieces. Okay, there's our barn door. All finished. Let's pop that up. I've seen a lot of different barns and doors and stuff out there. So I kind of, when I was thinking about making a barn, I kind of went online and of course Googled red barns and kind of found one that I thought I liked. And then kind of improvised a little bit. So this is going to go to the bottom in the middle. And that's it. Cute, right? Our barn is ready. Let's take our little milk can and put it over here. I'm just using a little bit of glue. I'm going to pop up the sentiment. And put it just on an angle right there. And then let's put the cow on. I'm going to take a little glue to glue his head on. A little bit of an angle there. He's so cute. And then we'll pop him up too. We're making a really thick card now, right? We've got a lot of layers. And I kind of put that one over to kind of help hold it in place since the glue is still pretty wet. Whoops, come on off. And you can see how I didn't want it white because it's going right up against that white door, right? All right, so I think right about here. Maybe here. Okay. There is our cow. I almost need a double dimensional there. And then the last thing we have to do is glue those flowers on. So I'm going to put the taller one, just a couple dots right here. And then one more. And that is our little farm scene. I did not use any ribbon. I didn't use any gems. I thought, well, it's busy enough. It's got enough things. Let's keep it simple. Let me put my handle away in case I want to make something else. And move these pieces that are kind of glued to my thing now. Okay. All right, you guys. Oh, let's put on the inside. Can't forget the inside. All right. Card number 1. Whew. We did it, right? There we go. I like it. Do you guys like it? I think he's cute. All right. Let's move on to card number 2. Let me put this aside where it won't get lost. Oh, thank you. Thank you all. Let's do this one next. This one's our holy cow. This one will be easier with our little ribbon. Okay, so what are we adding to this one? We're going to add, for these die cuts, the Countryside Corners dies. And it's the second and third from the largest that we used to cut out our shapes. And here's our pieces for this. Using pretty much the same color scheme. So we're going to start with Old Olive card base. 8.5, 5.5 score to 4 1/4. This one's going to open up like this. 5 1/4 by 4 for the inside. Okay. We have a piece of 5 1/4 by 4. Now I got this piece of designer series paper from the Let's Go Fishing DSP. Remember that when we were making fishing cards last year? I think it was May or June, from the annual catalog. So we're going to use that. And let's just go ahead and start assembling that and get it out of the way. Right in the middle. Okay, so now we've got a couple of borders of those dies that I just showed you. Again, Old Olive with the white in the inside. We're going to stamp some flowers on this side. All right. The other thing is we're going to stamp and punch another cow right here. And then I have these labels. This one we're going to stamp on, and this one is just pecan pie, and these both are from the Stylish Shapes dies. Okay, so that's the rest of our pieces. Okay, so let's stamp our cow, and we're basically going to color this guy the same way and then punch him out the same exact way. So that will just go on here, your piece like that. We're going to do Holy Cow right here for our sentiment. Wow, so screechy tonight, right? When I move stuff. Holy cow. And then we're going to do the flowers. So what I want to do first for the flowers is, because I'm not a very straight stamper, I'm just going to take a ruler and just make a line across the bottom where I want. And it's pretty close to the bottom, but I'm just going to add just a little bit of a light pencil line to see if I can line that up together. All right, now presuming my line is somewhat straight, we're just going to line these up right here. Hold on, I need to move it down a little bit so I can see where my line is. One here, and then one next to it right here. Okay, that's it. So, and then you can just erase this line right here. Now, we've colored these flowers already, so you know how I colored them, right? So let's get out. Did I pre-do a piece? I did. Okay, so I've already colored them. So now we have this piece ready to go. We've already colored the cow ones and punched it, so we know how to do that, or fussy cut it if you don't have the punch. So let's find this little guy. Here's his head. Here's the body. All right, cow is ready, and let's just assemble. Okay, so we want to take some ribbon first. And for the inside, I didn't do, oh, I did the flowers again on the inside. Oh, and I wrote, it's your special day. Well, we might as well finish that, right? Okay, here's one. Let's do, it's your special day. Right about here. Okay, now, if I was doing that, I probably would have done this first before this, because if I made that crooked, I'd want to flip it over and try again. And I would have already spent all that time coloring the flowers, so. Let's put this on the inside before something happens to it. Holy cow, it's your special day. So we have this ribbon. This is pecan pie, like a pecan pie bordered ribbon. And we're just going to take this around and tie it in a bow. Now, let's make sure we have enough ribbon to tie a nice bow. I love when you have a lot of choices of coordinating products like the ribbon. This is a nice soft ribbon. It's kind of thick and it frays a little bit if you play with it too much. So. But we will not play with it. We will just tie it and leave it alone. Okay, now I kind of want it, I'm going to move it over just a little bit more so it's towards the edge, and then maybe angle it this way a little bit and make it a little bit smaller. Okay. I think that's good. Let's trim it up. That coordinates nicely, doesn't it? Real pretty. Okay, this piece with the flowers is just gonna go on the other piece. And you can see when I was doing it before, that one didn't really line up too well, so. And I did it before I cut out the shape. But I still couldn't get them to line up straight without a line first. Okay, let's pop this up over the other piece right here. So let's get some across the top and the bottom. All right, let me just check on you guys, see how you doing. Okay, good. Everybody's doing good. So we've got a convention for Stampin' Up. I guess convention's the wrong. It's an event for Stampin' Up in Houston in a couple weeks. Is anybody going? That's a demonstrator on here. I'm excited. I've been working on some swaps for it. I think it's going to be really fun to see some demonstrators, on the team that we haven't seen for a really long time. So it's fun getting together with people. We're going to get a sneak peek and a copy of the new catalog that'll be coming out. And so I'm excited. It's going to be a fun event. And Houston's only 3 hours from here, so we're just going to drive there. Some of us together in the car. I'm going to drive, so we're going to do a little driving together. So that's going to be fun. So I'm looking forward to it. That's another perk of joining Stampin' Up, to be able to go to these events and the friendships and meeting other demonstrators. It's just really, really fun. All right. The weather should be good this time of year in Houston. I think it's not, it's pretty close to ours. We're only 3 hours away, right? So, and I know, there's kind of an online Facebook page for demonstrators that are going to this event. And I know a lot of people are excited to do like the Kennedy Space Center in Houston, do NASA So I've done it a couple times, so I'm not going to do it this time while I'm there, but I'm excited for people who are excited, right? Because they haven't been there, they haven't done it, so I think people are going to have a really good, fun time. Okay. This, I'm just going to center this piece behind this piece, just to add a little bit to it. Just add a little bit to make it look nicer, if I can do it straight, and make it look not nice. Okay, there we go. Let's pop this up as well. And I'm just going to put this up here in this corner right here. Okay, that is it, right? That was a quick one because we did a few steps early. So that is our second card. All right, you can tell I love these flowers, right? I use them a lot. All right, just checking everything. Okay, this card is next. So we're gonna play with these. Look at this little cow too, very, very cute. I didn't do anything on the inside this time, but you could add the flowers, you could add some grass, you could do whatever you want. All right, so the other thing that we're adding a couple more things for this card. Do you guys remember the balloons dies? These are the beautiful balloons dies. So I took this piece right here and we die cut a little bit of grass. I know it's tall grass, but I thought it was kind of a cool look anyway. And then these new favorite dies, the Thoughtful Expressions dies, we use this for the label for the sentiment, this one and this one inside. Okay. All right. Oh, and also going back to the first set of dies that we talked about, the basic borders, we're using this die right here, my well-used piece of cardstock, because we do this technique a lot, right, where we're going to do some clouds in the sky. So this is just cut. Why won't this work for me? There we go, like this. Just die cut that. Now we have this piece that I've used a million times to do some cloudy skies. All right. So here's the pieces for this one. All right, so this piece right here, I just have this piece of, oh, look, I missed a little bit right here. Hold on. So I didn't make it. It's really hard for me to get this one straight. I'm just going to trim across here. It's super hard for me to get this one straight, even though I try making it straight through my die cutting machine. I think this looks pretty good. It's a little curved, but that's okay. Grass isn't perfect. Okay, so I just took this piece of old olive. This is 5 1/4 by 2 inches, and I lined it up, and I wanted it to hang off a little bit of the die, so you don't have to trim it like I just did, right? Because you want it to be free on this side. And I just put it on like this and ran it through the die cutting machine, and now we have our grass. Okay, now you can see it's a little bit taller here and a little bit shorter here, but we're going to make up for that on our card and just kind of do it straight. All right, does it bother me that it's a little curved right here? I can tell you though from experience, don't try trimming this part with your trimmer. It does not, it kind of tears it up and doesn't work that well. So if you want, you can kind of bend this too, so it's not so even and looks a little bit more natural. So I'm just running my fingers across it so it kind of sticks up like this and is a little bit uneven. Okay, so we've got that piece in place. All right, Balmy Blue, 8 1/2, 5 1/2, scored a 4 1/4. This is going to be our card base right here. We've got 3 pieces of 5 1/4 by 4 basic white. One is going to be for the inside of the card. One to stamp our cows and flowers on. And then the third one is what we're going to do our skies with. All right. So let me get back my piece right here and let's do our skies. We've done this lots of times. We're going to get our Balmy Blue out and our blending brush. And let's do some clouds. So we're just going to line this up. And I'm going to start it here and just lightly go over, not too dark. All right, that's our first layer. Make sure I get the corner. Then we're going to move it down and make another layer. Let me make sure I'm in the camera frame so you can see it. Now you can just move it over in a couple different places. You can flip it over so it's, you know, not exactly even on both sides. So I'm just going to flip it here, ink this up again, and here we go. And I'm going to do this going all the way down because I want it to go, well, halfway down. We'll just go halfway down the page here. All right, let's flip it again. And we'll have our beautiful sky with our puffy white clouds. Very, very fun and pretty. We've probably gone far enough, but I'm going to go this last, just one more to make sure. Okay, good enough. All right, there we go. You guys can kind of see it's light, it's subtle, but I think it's real pretty. Okay, let me put that away. Okay, now we can start building some things. So let's start by taking our card base, and we're going to attach this piece right here to the card base. We haven't stamped anything yet, but I'm going to start a little assembly anyway. Let's put this on. Let me flip this over. So right in the middle like that, right? We're good. Okay, now before we put down our green piece with grass, I want to stamp a little bit of grass down here. And I'm going to also do this in the Old Olive, on Old Olive. And there's a cute little stamp in the set that looks like grass. So we're just going to randomly add some grass in different places. Okay, just like that. Now, I actually should have put this on first because I may want to do a little bit of trimming, right, before I put this piece on. But we'll see if we can make it work anyway. So let's finish our background part here. Now, I want to try and get it kind of straight here so that the grass is more straight. Okay, and you can see how it's a little curved down here. So let's see if I can still trim this now that I've attached it. Let me pull it off just a little bit. Okay, I'm just going to go across. I usually like to do this with my longer scissors because it makes a longer straight cut. So let me do that this way. And hopefully that evened it out a little bit. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, that's it. That's our background. Now, what do we have to stamp? Well, we're going to do the same cow that we did before. So let's do that. Hopefully I've got another one so I don't have to color and punch again, but we'll see. So this one right here. Then I put 2 stamps on this one. So this one, the cow is looking a little way. This cow has some little horns on it, and the eyes are kind of like closed and smiling. And this one has an udder on it, which I think is hilarious. So we'll do this one here. Okay. Then we've still got room to do another set of flowers. Okay, and then for the sentiment, we're going to do the little things you do make such a big difference. You can put any sentiment you want. If you want a happy birthday, a thank you, make it any kind of card that you like. Okay, so let's color this cow because we haven't colored that one yet. And in this one, I decided I was going to go with mostly the light basic black this time that we did the hooves with last time. And I'm just going to do the hair for this one too. or whatever you call this little tuft on top of this little girl. I almost feel like she needs some eyelashes too. Okay, so her spots are going to be black. Have fun with your cows. Make them any color that you like. And then we'll do the little tail and the hooves. And then we're going to add our petal pink again. And I'm going to leave this cow predominantly white also. Now this one doesn't fit in the punch, so it has to be fussy cut. Petal pink. And then I'm just going to do the horns in ivory. Just to add a little color and not to leave them white. And let's color the udder. And this is my ivory. Okay, so that's it. The flowers we cut, we do the same that we did before, same exact. This cow I did the same way I did before and then punch that out. So let's see what pieces we have left. Now this time I fussy cut the flowers and just went around the outside. I didn't cut out any of the white inside. I left the three together and just went around the outside like that. Okay, here is our girl cow. Here is our other cow. And then here is her face right there. Okay, so we've got all our pieces now. And we can put together everything. And this one will go together pretty easily. Let's start with some dimensionals for the flowers. And we're just going to put those up behind the grass. Like right about here. Okay, sentiment next, because why not? Pretty shapes for these sentiments. I hope this one carries over into something because I love the shapes from this. I think the mini catalog goes through the end of April. So we still have some time to play with the things in the mini catalog. Okay, just like that. Let's put our cows together. You could also use a glue dot, which I think is what I'd been doing, is just using a little bit of a glue dot for these guys. But as long as I have the glue handy, we'll do it with the glue. Okay, dimensionals on the cows. And that's it. I didn't use any ribbon on this one. I didn't use any embellishments on any of the projects tonight. I mean gems, you know, because I felt like they had enough. Now the next one I'm excited to show you because I really love the product. It's fun. I haven't tried it yet because I don't do milk, but it looks like it'd be fun for little kids especially. All right, this guy goes here. She goes there. The inside. Again, you could do the flowers if you want. You could put another layer of grass if you wanted. Anything you want to do on the inside. Okay, that's it. Card number 3. Super easy, right? That was a nice, easy one. Pretty fast. Okay, you guys, let's see. Let's do our last project for this evening. And that is going to be our little milk magic project. And this is pretty easy too. It goes together pretty quick. I like the way it all coordinates with the colors of this and the ribbon. And that's what I love about Stampin' Up. Everything color coordinates so nicely. So let's do that project next. Hold on, I need a drink of water. I'm getting hoarse. Thank you, Lisa. Okay, first first let me show you this Milk Magic, because this is fun. So I got this on Amazon. Look at all these different kinds that it comes in. Unicorn Kisses, vanilla milkshake, birthday cake, cotton candy, strawberry, chocolate. Lots of fun ones, right? What should we use for this one? Maybe we'll just do plain old chocolate, classic chocolate milk, right? So let's put that aside because we're going to use that. Okay, so pieces. Not too many pieces with this. So we're going to start with early espresso. So this is just 9 inches by 2.5. Just straight up 9 inches, 2.5. Okay, super easy to cut that one. So this one is 6.5 by 4.25. And we are scoring it, excuse me, at a 1/2 inch, 3 inches, 3.5, and 6. And then on the this side right here, we're doing a 1/2 inch. So we've got a 1/2 inch here, a 1/2 inch here, a 1/2 inch here, a 1/2 inch here at the bottom. Okay, so let us do all our folding now. This little box comes together. I guess I should show you. Let me show you my drawing just so you can see it in the drawing, right? So a 1/2 inch, then it's a 1/2 inch, 2.5, 1/2 inch, 2.5, 1/2 inch, and a 1/2 inch on the bottom. Okay, and the score again is a 1/2, 3, 3.5, and 6, and then a 1/2 inch on the bottom. Okay, now to make our box, we're just going to snip off some, just along the bottom edge where you have the 1/2 inch. One side we can just cut off completely. We don't need that. And the other ones we're just going to cut here. And then we can just trim off the corners just a little bit. Just snip it like that. And this last one, we'll do the same thing. That's it. Super easy. Okay. We are going to fold it up and glue it together, and I think I'm going to use some seal to do this because it'll stick quickly. So you can see how this is going to fold up just like this. All right, this is going to be our outside, the side that we cut off. So it's going to be, we're going to start here and do these two pieces like this. Okay, then these two are going to go over the edge like that. All right, so let me just put a little bit of glue on these two because they're little. It's hard to get the seal on them if they're little. And just fold it in like this. Now I want to make sure I'm doing it so it's even. Let me just hold these in place for a second. Takes a minute to make sure the glue is going to stay in place, right? I want to make sure this is nice and even. We want everything to be square on our box. Okay, now we can go ahead and we'll use a little seal on these two sides. Okay, this side here on the bottom, and then this side right here on this side. Okay. Make sure everything is sealed nice. That's it. Nice skinny little box to put our treat in. Okay. So all we're going to do is this piece is going to go inside this piece right here. And if it's a little tight, this one feels just a little tight. So I'm just going to trim off like, I don't know, maybe 1/8 of an inch. Just so it's not quite so tight. Very, very tiny amount. You can see how skinny that is, right? Now it should fit in there a little bit better. So if you have to do that, go ahead and do that. We want it to sit flat. Just like that, okay? So I'm going to add a little bit of seal to the bottom. And just tuck it in there. And then make sure that it's adhered down. I'm just going to run this to make sure it's held in place like this. Okay. So now we can start decorating. That's our basic piece. So I've got a couple pieces of balmy blue now. 5 1/4 by 2 1/4 and 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. Okay, so nothing fancy here. This is just kind of be the backdrop. It's going to be mostly covered by our little milk thing. So let's leave a nice border around the edges, nice and even, like this. Okay, so that's in place. All right, now we can go ahead and decorate the rest of this and then put it on. I'm getting glue everywhere. So this piece is from the Neutrals DSP. It's an early espresso, and I just cut this piece 3 1/4 by 2. So that's just going to go right on here. We need to do a little bit of stamping now. All right, we've got this piece. Here's our little 3 by 4 piece of paper, and we're going to do the cow, and it looks like I may have run out of pre-finished pieces. So, but it only takes a second to color the cow. He's easy to color. So let's stamp that. Then we're going to do Milk It for All It's Worth. Now, you could do the Milk It for All It's Worth. This is a stylish shape banner in Memento if you would like to. But I thought it looked good in the early espresso, so that's the stamp pad that I brought in for that, because I wanted it to match the brown. Okay. Milk It for All It's Worth. Hold on. See if I can get over it. All right, you guys. That's that. Let's do some quick coloring. I think I want the dark. I'm glad this cow is so easy to color and fast. Now, you could make your whole cow brown if you wanted to. The punches always sell out so fast, don't they? You gotta jump on them and get them. And I didn't get this one at first because I was like, cows, I don't know. But then I was like, oh my gosh, they're so cute. I guess I need cow projects. Who knew? Petal pink again. Only took us a second to do this. Light basic black. Very small sometimes pieces that we're coloring, right? Which is why I love this tip. A little bit of black here. Okay. Let us punch that out. We could make a bunch of these because they're super fast. Now this little piece right here, you can stamp a little cowbell on. Actually, this is the tuft of hair. If you just want to die cut your pieces, then this is the little snout. This is the tuft of hair. And what is this piece right here? Oh, these are the horns that would go behind like this. Okay, so if you could also just punch out all these pieces solid if you wanted to. But we're not going to do that. Okay, I think we're ready to finish decorating this guy. I do not drink milk anymore, but I remember as a kid, one of my favorite things, well, of course, Nestle's Quick, right? But also Strawberry Quick. I love that. That was so good. I feel like we always drink that in the summer. Delicious. So I bet you these straws taste really good, especially in all the flavors. I bet they're delicious. All right. Uh-oh, look what I did when I punched. I damaged my little box. All right, hold on. I kind of made a mess with my punch. Okay, this piece is going to go right here in the center. We're going to put the cow on with dimensionals right here. Let's add some dimensionals for our sentiment banner. And then we're going to tie a little bit of ribbon. Now, the ribbon that goes with this is just perfect. goes like that. Because it's got the balmy blue and white and it's stitched, you can see how pretty the stitching is. I love this ribbon. And it turns out to be quite perfect for this project. So let's tie a bow. I'm going to try and twist this a little bit so it comes. I want the blue part showing on both sides of the bow. All right, nice big bow, I think, on this. All right, trim it up. And now we can just add our Milk Magic. And I'm just going to actually put a couple of dimensionals on the back to hold it in place. Let's see what the directions say. Easy to use. Stick a chocolate straw into a fresh glass of milk and sip. It says do not cut. Interesting, right? All right, this just fits in here just like this. All right, cute, right? Isn't that fun? Super fun. I love that. All right, you guys, let me just... At least I'm laughing that your cat's watching the video. That's so funny. Oh, wobbles for the heads, Renee. That would be a good idea. How cute of an idea is that? For sure. All right, so let's move some mess and bring in our projects for tonight. We have our little barn card. Then we have our holy cow with the flowers. We've got our Milk Magic. And then we have this one with the grass too. All right, that's it for Cutest Cows bundle. I hope you guys like the projects. Thank you guys so much for watching me. I don't really have anything else to talk about except if you want the project and measurement, the measurement and supply sheet, you can email me. I'll send it to you. If you're on my email list, so go out in the email tomorrow morning. Don't forget about Sale-a-bration. Don't forget if you'd like to buy the starter kit. Those things are all about to expire. And then lastly, too, if you didn't get the February Sweet Stampin' Friends tutorial, this is free with a $35 purchase. And this will end Thursday as well. So a lot of stuff coming to an end on Thursday. All right, you guys, thanks again for watching. I love when you guys spend Tuesday nights with me, and have a good rest of the week. I'll see you guys next Monday. Don't forget, next week's going to be on Monday instead. All right.